Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. The president has departed the nation's capital, Abuja, to participate in the 2015 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, which begins tomorrow on the island of Malta. The Commonwealth is made up of Nigeria, Britain, and 51 other countries that work together to pursue common goals on democracy, peace, security, and good governance. According to a statement by the President's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, President Buhari and other leaders of the Commonwealth will discuss fresh Commonwealth initiatives on development and climate change. The President is expected to leave Malta for Paris on Sunday, where he will present Nigeria's statement at the United Nations Climate Change Conference, billed to open in the French capital on Monday, November the 30th. Over 100 world leaders are expected to attend the conference. On the sidelines of the conference on climate change, President Buhari will also meet with the leaders of the Lake Chad Basin Commission and Benin Republic. The discussions are focused mainly on the war against Boko Haram and other issues bordering on security. The trial of the former Minister of Niger Delta, Mr. Godsday Urubebe, over alleged false declaration of assets has been stored. This comes as the Code of Conduct Tribunal granted the federal government 2 months to amend the charges brought against him. Chairman of the tribunal, Mr. Danladi Umar, granted the adjournment despite the accused person's insistence that he is ready for the trial. The oral application by the lawyer to the federal government, Mr. Peter Danladi, to alter the charge was however opposed by counsel to Mr. Urubebe, Selekowe Larry. He told the tribunal's chairman that it is improper for such an application to be treated orally. After listening to both counsels, the tribunal chairman adjourned trial to January the 27th, 2016. 18 people have been killed and 100 homes destroyed in an attack on a village in the southeastern part of the Niger Republic. Eyewitness accounts from the AFP says the incident occurred in the dead of the night in a village of Wagam community. A humanitarian worker says the terrorists came from Nigeria and crossed the Komadugu-Yobe River border between Niger Republic and Nigeria. The United Nations has recorded 50 attacks and clashes between the Islamist fighters and Nigeri troops since February. In the meantime, the Nigerian army has warned Nigerians against going close to any attractive object left in isolation, especially in public places this Yuletide season. The defense headquarters has revealed that the insurgents, in a desperate move to remain relevant, now conceal improvised explosive devices in attractive packages. Colonel Rabi Abubakar, who is the Director of Defense Information, also asked Nigerians to be very vigilant. Now, joining us to take a deeper look at this new strategy by Boko Haram is a retired army officer, Colonel Nojim Shobo. Good to have you join us this evening on the news at 10.
Good evening, please. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Looking at this new strategy of Boko Haram and the wording coming from the army, how does this sit well with you?
Well, the new strategy of the Boko Haram, like we discussed in the last instance, we are now in the asymmetric stage of the Boko Haram. So what this means simply is that prior to this time, the National Security Advisor have warned us, the United States government have warned us, United Kingdom have warned us, and you know terrorists, they don't lie. Anywhere they want to attack, they will tell you they're going to attack. So therefore, now that the Boko Haram have dislodged from the Sambisa forest, the next thing you want to be seeing are these inside bombings. Conventionally, you can arrest a terror suspect, but you cannot arrest a suicide bomber. So therefore, the issue of suicide bombing that you are seeing occurring now are the outforce of the dying days of the Boko Haram. And that was why the president have given instruction to the service chiefs that they should improve their surveillance capabilities to meet up with the changing strategies of a dying, desperate terrorist organization.
Very quickly, talking about strategy, how can we help when we know we are always maybe in a place such as churches, mosques, and even marketplaces?
That is why the people that are warning us are not warning us because they like us. They are warning us for us to take proactive actions. And the proactive action we are supposed to take is for the security forces to simulate a counter-terrorist exercise where all the security forces will come together, which will not take them more than 2 hours. They conduct these exercises in the various black spots and the flash spots we have within the state. It is to be done by the state government, the Nigerian Civil Defense, Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Police, the National Emergency Management Agency, the ambulance services, the medical services, the paramedical services. All of them will know the roles they are expected to play. And we have a lot of food organizations in Lagos State. Jobitex is here, Nigerian food industry is here, a lot of eateries are available in Lagos State. All they have to do is to create takeaway for breakfast and lunch for the security forces that are taking part. Let them get them mobilized, inform the public about the exercise taking place. Let us see what roles does the individual have to play, and then it can be simulated. When it is simulated, the individual forces and arms will know what part they want to play, rather than not sitting there and praying to God that it will not come. Definitely, aside from the National Security Advisor of the United Kingdom, Dr. Home warned us, national delegates have warned us. So therefore, these are things we should be expecting. And of course, the members of the public, they should be aware. They should avoid crowded areas. They should avoid strange objects. They should not be taking pictures when there are explosions. If the first explosion comes and you are taking pictures of people that are dead, probably your own camera will fall and people will take your own picture. You are expected to wait for the second bomb, and you are expected to remain under cover for at least a period of 2-3 minutes to ensure that the second explosion does not take off before you run for assistance.
Those are fantastic tips you're giving. Very quickly before we leave there's a list of 100 Boko Haram wanted members, and so far,
out of which 5 have been arrested.
So far, 5 have been arrested.
Yes.
What does this tell us now that we're getting to the December deadline? Some form of success?
Yes, of course, the success is already achieved. The security forces, what they are doing now, they are doing a mop-up exercise. You discover that the Boko Haram have been dislodged, and that is why you have these incessant cases of suicide bombing. And because they have been dislodged, you discover that the security forces, the military, they are doing a mopping-up exercise now. They are now dealing with all those loggers, the stragglers, the runaway terrorist organizations. Those are the ones they are dealing with now. So there is no way you can have any reinforcement coming to the country to meet them. So they are now, after they finish with the mopping-up exercise, they go into the organization phase. So they now leave the rest for the Nigerian police to continue together with the communities. And one thing we have to keep at the back of our mind, the best strategy to prevent crime commission in a locality are those strategies that are community-based. So the people of the community should rise up and partner with the military so that crime can be drastically reduced.
Many thanks, Colonel Jim Shoba, for speaking with us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.
Hundreds of young boys and girls are said to be serving as domestic staff under various conditions in some Lagos homes, most of them minors. It's not been a happy story for a 15-year-old girl who fell from a 3-story building in the Pt.2 area of Lagos. She's said to be the domestic staff of a couple identified as Mr. and Mrs. Obinna. On our big story tonight, our correspondent Shehu Okimbaloye attempts to unravel the circumstances surrounding the fate of Olubebe Nwokolo.
It is the talk of the town. Market Street in the Pt.2 area of Lagos is agog with the news. Neighbors gather in groups discussing the incident of the night before. The last floor of this 3-story building is the object of attraction. It is said to be the home of a man identified as Mr. Obinna. And from this height is where a 15-year-old domestic staff, or as popularly called in this climb, house help, fell from. From neighbors' account, Mr. Obinna's wife was said to have been beating Oluebube Nwokolo on the balcony of the house before the girls fall. Hamadu works as a gate man here. He was the first to come to the girls' rescue after her fall. He shows me the spot where she landed and tells me what transpired.
In the come outside, me I enter. I enter inside, carry the pure water for the step. Medical, I want to come out. People they shouting outside, see Amadu come and carry somebody fall from down. And Ross come and drop the pure water. Ross come and meet the girl. I can't see the girl land them. And the woman where the girl there with him, he follow me back. You come and push the girl. Where you go wake up? The girl no agree wake up. The girl no day life. Me, I just rush and pick the girl and stop Okada and carry and go to Kuba Hospital.
The story of a neighbor who lives on the lower floor tends to corroborate Amado's.
She said that she flogged her maid, maybe the girl with fear and screaming. She tried to escape from the bankole and fell down.
We climbed to check the flat in question, but the apartment is shut. People around the area have one thing or the other to say. Indeed, the story of Mrs. Obina and her domestic staff is not strange to anyone here. The gate man tells us he took the Oluobebe to a nearby hospital known as Kuba. Channels Television goes to find out more details. We meet the medical director of the hospital. Some clarity starts to come up.
About three people rushing a young girl, semi-conscious. She was restless. So they told us that it's like she fall from height. It's on further questioning that we learned that it is from a two-story building that she fell off from there. But the circumstances that led her to fall in that place was not immediately made known to us. The issue is she was subconscious and we have to attend to her as a subconscious patient immediately. With that history that she fell from height, we know that she must have a trauma to the head. And that obviously why she was not fully conscious. She was restless and subconscious. So we immediately have to take some little measures to avert imminent brain complications. The husband of that woman that the lady is staying with eventually came around 9 o'clock. When he came around 9 o'clock, we narrated how the lady came. So he requested that since he is using Federal Medical Center, he wants the girl to be referred to Federal Medical Center and we oblige accordingly.
From here, we trace Oluebobe to the Federal Medical Center in Ebutemeta, but we are told no such case was brought in here. What about the woman in question and her husband? We gathered that police operatives had arrested her. Again, we move to the nearest police station where we meet a roadblock. Officers here won't talk to us. In fact, they claim ignorance of the case. Use of underage boys and girls as domestic workers is a common practice in Nigeria, a clear breach of the Child Rights Act and the nation's labor law. Violence, abuse of these minors are the extreme of these cases. According to the doctor at Kuba Hospital, Oluebobe was alive before her guardian, Mr. Obina, took her away with injuries to her head and legs. Channels Television is tracking the whereabouts of Oluebobe, but for now, her safety and health is what everyone hopes is taken care of, wherever she may be. For the big story, Sheung Okimbaloye, reporting for Channels Television News.
Hoping the police can help locate the whereabouts of Oluebobe. When the News at 10 returns, Security and Exchange Commission inaugurates Implementation Council for the Capital Market Master Plan. That's some business news. Do stay with us.